the one, the only, Ben Sion. Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Iyun Sion. Today we're doing Pesachim Perek Gimel, Mishnah Beis and Gimel. Mishnah Beis tells you how you determine when something becomes chametz. Now, normally it becomes chametz when it rises. Chametz is to rise. That's what it means when bread rises. You know, you'll go to the store buy pitas. Pitas, according to Sephardim, right? Their matzahs look like pitas. You think crazy, you know. For Ashkenazim, the matzahs are like crackers, basically. But according to Sephardim, basically their pitas are okay. And why is that? They're okay because pitas don't rise. If you look at challah that you have for Shabbos, it rises, right? Rises, it becomes very tall. Pitas are very thin, even though they might be a lot thicker than crackers. They're still very thin. So technically, the Sephardim are okay, right? Even Ashkenazim technically should agree to the Sephardim that it's not really chametz. And that's what this Mishnah is talking about. You wanted it to rise. You put in some rising ingredients over here. You put in some yeast. You put in some agents that would make it rise. However, it does not respond. It's deaf. That's basically what it means. It's deaf. It's not listening to you. It doesn't hear what you're saying. You try to put ingredients, yeast, to make it rise. It didn't rise. So how do you know when it becomes chametz? So you have to take, if you're baking 2 loaves of bread, and one after 25 minutes started to rise, so then this is chametz if you let it bake for 25 minutes. Less than 25 minutes is okay. What if you don't have a different loaf of bread to compare it to? So then you go after the shear of a mill. That's what we're all familiar with, 18 minutes. Now 18 minutes is a machlokas. Even the Rabbi Bar Tanura, he says the mill is 24 minutes. A machlokas, the poskim, some say 24, some say 22, some say 18. The most machmir is 18. But technically, you should go koach detera, it should be 24 minutes. But that's all if you don't know. If you do know, if you could see clearly, and even if there's not another loaf of bread over there, if it has not begun to rise yet, right, and there's no reason to suspect, or you didn't put any yeast in there, you didn't put an agent which make it rise, that's not chametz. It doesn't become chametz until it rises. That's the whole idea of chametz. Chametz is hechmitz, that it becomes rise like actual challah that you eat on Shabbos. If there's no yeast in ingredients, it's pita technically, like a Sephardim. It's really okay. It's considered matzah. You can even be yotzei your mitzvah and lali rishona technically with it. And even if you did put rising agents in it, that's what the Mishnah says. If you have a different loaf of bread, it hasn't risen in 40 minutes, that's also okay. It takes after 4 minutes to start to rise. So this other thing, which is not responding to the yeast, if you cooked it for baked it for less than 40 minutes, it'll be okay. So this meal thing, that 18 minutes, first of all, 18 minutes is a chumrah, because a lot of people say a meal is 24 minutes or 22 minutes. So usually when you have 3 different shiurim, you go koach de'tera'ata. When the machlokes in the postgame, you go with the mekel shita. That's what the Gemara says in Beitza on Daf Beis Amud Beis. Koach de'tera'ata. When the machlokes among 2 different Tanaim, 2 different opinions, Rabbanim, you go lekula. Even though rice is you go lekula. So it should be 24 minutes, and that's only when you have no other way of measuring. But if you didn't put in rising agents, or you put in rising agents, it hasn't responded yet, then you see it how long it should take to rise. It could be an hour. It didn't. And it potentially could rise. It could still be matzah, not chametz. It could use it for the mitzvah on Pesach of matzah on the first night. It's a really interesting halacha. Obviously, just like cleaning for Pesach, people are overly too stringent with this. And I think also when it comes to what we determine to be chametz, listen, the matzah, the shmura matzah, you're eating crackers basically over here. And you pay. I heard in America they closed down the Schatzer factory this year, so there's a major shortage of matzah, but also inflation. My father said for a pound of matzah, he was paying $45 around for a pound of matzah in America. That's ridiculous. Crackers. Just go to the cracker section. They have crackers for a lot cheaper, I'm telling you. So basically that's what we're dealing with over here, crackers. But that's the reality nowadays when we're machmer too much, too many times. We don't even know the difference in crackers and matzah. Hope you enjoyed today's shir. See you in the next one.